Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Tarot by Kathy McLeland. Website for Kathy is kathymcleland.com. Feel free to check that out. Freeze frame, whatever you got to do if you want to, of course. Supportive Oracle Cards, Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish. There's a Hay House website at the bottom there. I think that website is still active. I'm not sure off the top of my head. But if you search out Hay House one word, I'm very confident you'll find something, because I got a calendar or something from them. I'm pretty confident. At least I think that's who created it. Anyway, moving on. What do we have for Gemini? We want better. My first thought is we want better. Okay. We can't get caught up in other people's limitations. So we need to be aware of that. Other people and their limitations, that's their problem. Something about other people and their limitations, it's like this mess. And other people do have limitations. Why is this coming down on you so hard? Something about other people and their limitations, and it really seems to be bothering you or holding you back for some reason. The Magician and the Ten of Cups. Alright, so it's a positive energy. You do match up with this energy. It's the Emperor here. The Emperor seems to have limitations. There's limitations here with the Emperor. And it's holding you back. It's kind of creating this void. And it's okay that you really like this person, because I feel like this is why this would be a problem, is because you do really like this person. But maybe it's time to think about what you could do without them. I don't know who this person is to you, so take that with a grain of salt. I feel like you kind of have to look around them and kind of take them out of the picture for a minute and then see what is in front of you. If you remove them from the situation, now what possibilities do you have? This seems to be holding you down. This person, it's not like they're trying to, but like they are limited. You are not. But by working through them or keeping them in the situation, I think that's literally what's blocking the situation. If you keep like trying to make it happen with them, I feel like that's where we're going to have problems. And you do seem to really like this person, and that's not a bad thing. I don't think anybody has to be betrayed in this situation. It's just basically looking at it without them as a part of it. And that seems to really free up things a lot. Because I feel like Gemini always looked at all the different angles, right? But for some reason, I feel like you keep looking at every angle with this person. And they're saying stop that and look at angles without that person. And it doesn't mean that you have to choose an angle without that person, but you're going to be surprised what you find, is what I'm getting. I feel like you're limiting yourself. Like every way I look, I'm including this person. I can do it this way with this person. I can do it this way with this person. This way with this person. 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 Too limiting. Without this person, I have all this array of possibility. That's where you need to go. You don't seem to want to. It's stressful for you. It seems very stressful. Again, it doesn't mean you have to choose any of those. There's more to this. I know there's more to this. The Sun card is here with the Five of Swords. Because I see you finding solutions, but it's also kind of like, yeah, but I want the Emperor a part of this. I want this person a part of this. If you find these options that don't include the Emperor, but then you tell them to the Emperor, I think you're going to be surprised how well this goes. Because this person is an ally to you, is what I'm also... The Emperor does match Gemini energy, typically. Everybody's subjective. You know what I mean? Usually. Stereotypically. I don't want to guarantee anything. If you're willing to do that and think about the possibilities without this person, you're going to release the block. And that's what we need. You will release that block. It also seems like it's very hard for you to kind of really consider. This seems to be very heavy for you. Very, very heavy. But if you do that, I do see you openly telling this to the Emperor. Because you know how to say stuff without saying, well, if we don't have you involved, we can do this. You have a different way of saying it. Well, I feel like you would bring it more forward, kind of like, well, if this was an option, we could do that. Or if this was an option, we could do that. And they're like, well, I can't do that. But they may shock you and be like, but I know somebody who can. They may give you possibilities. All you got to do is give them the possibilities, and they might find a different way to make it happen to where it's not grating on the connection. It's not grating on the connection between you and them. They seem to need the success to happen. They will find a way to make these other options happen. Tell them what you find. You don't have to point out that it doesn't include them, but just tell them what you find. You're going to be surprised. They'll find a new way to make it come forward, and they'll find a better way for this to happen. You may be surprised. They might shock you a little, but that's something. That's something when you shock a Gemini. That's something. It's not often that happens. There's possibilities here. They will back you up. They may even be like, well, I can't do that, but you should do that, and they'll try to help you move forward without them. They might do that. You may be surprised about that too. They want the success to happen, and they'll come forward with the truth about what they want from the situation. They may help you move forward without them. You may be surprised. They very well may. Yeah, because movement is happening here. Once you do that and you break that block, something new comes in. Things might be changing. I feel like the person you're dealing with knows the writing is on the wall. And things have to move forward one way or another. Even though there's a block at the moment, that block will not last. But the person you're dealing with wants that block more in their control and your control and or your control. If they can't control it, they'd rather somebody they like at least, and they like you, move forward. So if they can't move forward, and they know they're not gonna, they'd at least like somebody that they are on positive terms with to move forward instead. So if they can't, they want somebody they like to. These energies coming forward are, it kind of feels like a rock and a hard place. Fire and earth I don't really think of as compatible. They are very strong in very different ways, and they have their own way about doing things. I've given this analogy a lot. Like when fire and earth come together very strong, that's kind of like lava. And when lava goes down a hill, you don't use it, it just does what it wants. I don't think you really direct it even. You could try to, but I don't think it really works very well. It's not something you can usually use to your benefit as far as I can tell. It just does what it needs to do. And that's what's coming up, and I feel like the person you're dealing with knows that. The next stage coming forward, it's going to happen the way it's going to happen. And if they can have somebody like you move forward that's positive towards them, they'll help you do that. So if this is a business situation, say there's a promotion coming up, that's not something they can help you move forward with, but they can actually give you advice on who to talk to and where to go, they might be more supportive than you might have thought they were. Something like that. It's removing the block by not letting other people's limitations hold you back, but for some reason I feel you're letting that. You have what it takes to make this happen. You're easily smart enough. Easily. Is there anything else that's holding you back with this situation? 8 of Pentacles and the Sun card. You're happy. Oh, well, I can see where that would hold you. You're happy. That's another thing that might be holding you back too. You're happy dealing with this person. This person knows something they haven't told you yet, though. That's another thing with Gemini. When you know there's possibilities, you can see millions of possibilities. But if somebody hasn't told you, like, how do you explain this? Like, for example, if you're in a relationship and somebody has this secret account where they have like $5,000, but they never let you know it's there, you don't know about, you can't think of the possibilities to do with that $5,000 if you don't even know it exists. I feel like that's what I'm trying to say here. If you don't know something exists, you can't find the possibilities for it. They're going to bring forward, when they see that you're trying to make something work and you're trying to do all possibilities, they'll tell you more because they're going to realize you're interested in more. It seems to be a part of this. When you start looking for ways to do this without them, not in a disrespectful way, but just like trying to find a different solution, they'll say, well, if you're willing to do that, there's also this, $5,000 over in this account, we can use this. Now that you see this is there, what possibilities do you now see, Gemini? They're going to come forward in a way that you're not expecting. I keep getting that. Like, I keep getting that they're going to surprise you. All you have to do to remove the block is to stop feeling limited by other people's limitations. Like, maybe they can't do it, but stop thinking about how they can do it. Start just removing them from the situation and how can you do it, or how can this person do it, or how can that person do it. And then tell them what you find. You'll do it the right way, and they'll be like, well, since you're willing to do it that way, here's some more information that you didn't know because I wasn't sharing it with you because I didn't think you wanted it. Here's this. When that comes in and they tell you a little bit more of the truth of what's going on, you'll get this really good outcome that you weren't expecting, that you didn't even see before. You're kind of like, no, I just thought this was all crap. Oh, wait, there's a good one. I can do that. Let's do that. It just seems to like, we have to get there. Once you're there, I think you're fine. Is there anything else about this person that we need to talk about, or are you good? Five of Pentacles and the Chariot. Five of Pentacles is like there's something there, but it's feeling left on the outside. There's more information. It's like, again, like that account that you don't even know exists. You can't see the possibilities if you don't know the account exists. And they're not telling you about it until they think you're interested. I feel like they're not bringing it forward until you show interest. And then when you show interest, oh, you're going to go that way, or you could go that way? Since you could, well, by the way, this. You need to know that. And the way to know that, the way to get through this block is to, step out of other people's limitations. Think of it a different way without the limitations of others. After you think of it that way, you pass that information forward. Oh, and then more information comes your way. Boom, there's your success. There's your success. I hope I made sense with that. It seems very complex, but, Gemini's complex. If it's going to make sense, it's there. If it's going to. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.